Hello. I think I'm a few seconds late. I literally just got back from work. So I'll just make this a real short stream. Like, for real. A seriously short one. Just to run you through everything about Alpha. And then I'll make a video about it with all the same pointers I'm gonna talk about in here. So, let's see. I already have the things I want to talk about in here in a notepad file. Okay, so for the first question, roll or skip Alpha? Definitely roll. No questions asked. You don't want to skip her. She has so much human rights. Makes your game easier. And do you need her weapon? If you're pure F2P, you can live without it. You can just use the 5-star weapon. If you have the 30 days monthly sub, you can go for her weapon because her weapon gives her an additional Swordwave and also up to 20% physical damage up, which is huge. Let me just show my cursor. Okay. So if you have her weapon, and if you paid for the free Sirius sword, you remember Sirius? The sword that belongs to nobody? This one? You can feed this into Alpha's weapon. So one thing about resonance for 6-star weapons, I haven't made the guide yet, so I'm gonna talk about it now. This is CN's resonance, so it's revamped, so just ignore whatever you see here. So 6-star weapons have 3 slots, just like the 5-star. But the thing about the slots is each slot has its own effect, it's fixed. So the top slot will always be this one, 15% more weapon damage. So you don't want to put your resonance in the first slot yet, because the higher priority one is the second slot, which gives you one additional orb when you switch in, including the beginning, and also 3 identical orbs every 45 seconds. This is the best slot, the second slot. So if you're gonna feed your Sirius sword into Alpha sword, go for the second one first. Don't go for the first one. Go for the second one so she gets more orbs for her sword waves. And right now for global, global's version, you only get 1 additional orb and 3 identical orb every 45 seconds. Later on, it's gonna change into 2 additional orbs, like what you see here. So every time you switch to Alpha, she gets 2 more orbs, and you also get 3 additional every 45 seconds. This thing counts also when she's off field. So when she's off field, the 45 seconds is also counting. You're gonna get 3 additional orbs even in the off field. So this is really, really, really good. If you want to go further than 1 resonance, then you go for the third slot. After that, after the second slot, you go for the third slot. What the third slot does is, when you go into Matrix mode, all enemies take 10% more damage, which is in line with Alpha's Swordwave. Am I on drugs? No. I ran back to set this up. Okay, so any questions about the weapon? Basically, it's slot 2, 3, and 1 if you want to resonate her weapon. Ideally, all 3 of them for maximum sword wave damage. 2 for the 3 orbs every 45 seconds, and then slot 3 for the additional 10% during Matrix. The reason why you want 10% more during Matrix is because of the way Alpha bursts, which I'll show later. The way she bursts, you'll be killing the enemy all in one Matrix. Like, remember all the boss guys that I showed? You don't even need to read that much anymore. They're gonna die the moment you get into Matrix, most of the time, when your team matures. Okay, Rarity. So what rarity to stop at? If you're F2P, you can just stop her at S, just S rank. Use the Pain Cage Skulls and just get her to SS rank. That's good enough. If you're a spender, every rank helps with her Swordwave every single rank. So SSS is good, SSS Plus is good. SSS gives her additional 5% more damage, and when you exit Swordwave, you get 2 more random orbs. So you can go back into Swordwave really quickly again. And SSS Plus gives her 20% more physical damage during her Blue Orb buff. Wasted all that time making guides instead of could just say use Alpha. I mean, I've always been saying just use Alpha. If you skip Alpha, you're gonna regret it, even if you're not a meta slave. She's too good. Okay, okay, Rarity. I have Rarity down, right? S to SS for F2P. I mean, just roll S, Pain Cage to SS for F2P. And if you're a Spender or a Whale, up to you, SSS or SSS Plus. So the next I'm gonna touch on is the memories. I think most people have been choosing Fred over Patton. It's called Patton now. And I don't think they fully understand why. Like, Fred has higher attack, but if you don't know how to use Fred, Patton is better. If you don't know how to use Fred's 4-piece, it's actually weaker. Because what Fred does for the 4-piece is, when you dodge an attack, you do 15% more damage. For 4 seconds, only for 4 seconds. And the cooldown is 8 seconds. So if you miss that window, and you didn't do anything about it, you're better off with Pattons. Patton is every way superior for the 4-piece because it gives you more physical damage and also increases your crit rate. So if your Swordwave's crit, it's gonna hit for like 50k damage, 30 to 50k at level 80. So what I recommend is when the event starts, just farm your Pattons, just farm 12 of them, so you can resonate all 4 of them to Alpha and use it first. Because Patton is Fred only gets stronger when you have the full team, like the full burst damage team. It all adds up, like this 15% adds up with Da Vinci's 30%, adds up with her weapon resonance, 10% here and there. But outside of that, Fred is better for consistent damage. Patton is better for consistent damage. Patton is all about consistency. The more you don't crit, the more it gives you a crit chance, and then you keep critting, and then you also get physical damage. So once again, Fred is only good if you know how to use the 4-piece. If you don't know how to use 4-piece, this whole thing is basically doesn't exist at all. You're wasting it. 2-piece as well. So to use Fred for the 2-piece, you need to keep dodging to have the damage up. It doesn't have to be a successful dodge or a matrix dodge. You can just dodge anyhow you want, and then you get 5% damage up for each dodge, stacking up to 3 times. So that's 15%, just like Darwin. Darwin is also 15% using orbs, but Fred is the dodge version of it. Okay? So recommended Pattons over Fred for beginners. Fred is only for later on, when you want to do those one-shot memes. It's good to have 2 sets. And as usual for the placements, if you can help it, Fred and Pattons both 4, 5, 6. Darwin always top. Darwin is always top. Any build, any character, Darwin is always top. No exceptions. Because Darwin has really low attack and slightly higher HP. So it always goes top. Okay, so for the dodge, 3 dodges. But Alpha only needs to do 2 dodges. The Swordwave itself counts as a dodge. When she goes into Swordwave, she slides back, that's also a dodge. So you only need to dodge twice, and then Swordwave will do the 3rd dodge for you. Okay, let me see. I think I'm done with the gearing part. Any questions? How to use resonance? Oh right, resonance. So for memory, don't go 6 blue orbs. Go for 6 attack crit instead, and 6 core passive. But if you don't get it, don't reroll either, because if you reroll, you're gonna waste a lot of memories just trying to get one out of a possible 6 kinds of affixes. Like let's say if I want to reroll for core passive, these are the other things that I can get. Oh, okay, so there's 8 of them. Each time you try your luck with a resonance, you're gonna burn 1 memory for 1/8 chance of getting what you want. So don't do this when you're a beginner. Even if you're a whale, don't do it. You can't whale out of this. The sink is too great. I just rerolled my S Lucia today. I just wanted to get 1 red orb on this one. I was just lacking this 1 red orb, and it took about 20 Hannas. I burned through about 20 Hannas to get this red orb. So you can see how foolish it is if you go for this early in the game, when you need to be leveling your characters instead. Yeah, 1/8 chance of getting what you want. Not worth it. Not worth it this early in the game. Don't reroll. Even if you're a super whale, you have limited refills a day. 10 refills, that's not enough to support this approach. Yeah, so whale or not, don't reroll. Take my advice. People have been rerolling in other servers, like it's JP, and they're regretting it now. Even in CN when we didn't know better, and then reroll. It sets you back by a lot. Okay, I think that's done for the gear. So to recap, 6-star weapon. If you're not F2P, go for it. If you have the serious sword, feed it into the second slot, so you get more orbs. Alpha is all about getting orbs, more orbs. The sooner you awaken her for the awakening buff, where you start with 3 extra orbs, the better. More Swordwave orbs, the better you burst. Yeah, no rerolling of Pattons. If you get Pattons, don't reroll, just use it right away. Just resonate and call it a day. Don't try to get what you want. But eventually, if you want to get the resonance that you want, this is the answer. So the top slot will be crit and attack. The bottom slot will be core passive. There are some guides that show top slots for Blue Orb. Don't go for Blue Orb. That's outdated advice. The correct one is attack and crit. That's what you want for the top slot, and core passive for the bottom slot. If you're F2P, you can't roll for the signature. I don't think you can roll for the signature if you're F2P. You need to save your black cards for S ranks. Okay, now for the team comm, I can show you. Okay, let's go with Camus. So this is one team comm example. Right now, for the Globals version, your leader is always on red. Like your leader and your first character is on red. So I'm placing Liv in red because you don't want to start with Alpha. You want to switch to Alpha so she gets 4 orbs for additional orbs. So for this example, I'm putting Liv in the middle because Global doesn't have the self-select leader effect yet. Like right now, CN, you can choose who to start with first, who to set the leader to first, but Global, only the middle one gets to be the leader and the first character. This is Liv A. Let me just change this so you don't get confused. Okay. A Liv, because her QTE heals you. If you use her in Pain Cage, that regen will keep you up at 100% HP for the score. Nanami, let me exit this. So the reason why Nanami is good is because of her Blue Orb. What her Blue Orb does is physical defense minus 30%, about 30%. I have I have some resonance, so it's 32%. But when you're level 80 and level 18 skill, it should be 30%, which is huge, for 5 seconds. So this is why Nanami is good for bursting down bosses. And you equip her 5-star weapon. You don't need her 6-star weapon. Her 5-star is the best because her 5-star reduces defense on multiple stacks up to 25%. So Nanami goes for Da Vinci. If you don't remember what Da Vinci does, is when you trigger the Da Vinci holder's QTE, they will also trigger the other off-field character's QTE. And when that happens, you will get a total of 30% attack up when all 3 characters are on the field. Catherine is the 6-star version of... what's that? 5-star... Voltaire? 6-star version of Voltaire? Catherine is straight up defense minus 20% on QTE. So this is on Nanami. For Liv, you will go into 2-2-2 sets. So 2 Richelieu for the damage up from healing, 2 Voltaire, defense down on a damage, and 2 Phillips or more physical up from healing. You don't even need these to be leveled. You can just put like that. All you want is the buff that comes with it. You don't need levels because you don't need them to do damage. It's all for the buffs. Why A Liv? Because A Liv has QTE is a healing field. You want your HP to be full when you kill the boss in Pain Cage, so that you can have a full score for your HP. Oh, why is this song creepy? This is Narwhal. You're gonna hear it in the patch Frozen Darkness. Okay. So let me do this on Camus. So let me explain what's gonna happen. I am going to start with A Liv. I'm gonna start with A Liv and immediately switch to Nanami. The reason why I'm using A Liv as the leader is because she provides some 5% attack up for the team. You don't want to set Alpha as the leader right now in Global, because if you want her to be leader, she has to be in the middle, and that means she has to start first, and you don't want to start with Alpha first. So you set it to someone else, just for this patch, like before Global gets the selectable leader and start thing. I'm setting Liv to middle. So when the fight starts, I'm gonna change to Nanami, and I hope that Nanami has 3 blues. If she doesn't have 3 blue orbs, just restart the fight until she gets 3 blue orbs. And you're gonna perform your 3 blue orbs and immediately switch to Alpha and dodge Matrix, 3 blue orbs again, and 3 of anything orbs to go straight into Swordwave. It's gonna happen really fast. It's gonna be like Nanami blue orb, switch to Alpha, Matrix, blue orb, Swordwave, Da Vinci, all at the same time. And the boss is gonna die, most likely. So let me just go straight to the demonstration. Nanami only needs S rank, so her her class skill can be leveled up. Okay, no blue orb, let me restart. Never mind, let me just use this to show you what happens. Okay, I have 3 blue orbs right now. Okay. Like that. It's a bit quick. Like a lot of things happening, but with practice, you're gonna one-shot most of the bosses. Yeah, welcome to the Alpha's masterclass. Experts are gonna hate you. When you know this skill, you're gonna break. You're gonna break the pain cage. Everyone's gonna do it, and then pain cage ranking is just gonna topple. It's gonna be thrown into chaos. You're welcome. There. Okay. Like that. That's what happens when everything lines up.
私の力はどう？存分に楽しいの？
Reset. Yeah. So people who are saying they're gonna skip alpha, hope they don't watch this stream. It's a secret. Shh. Like that. Yeah, dodge twice and then Swordwave. Oops. Failed run. But basically, you just pray that Nanami has 3 blue orbs. Nanami has 3 blue orbs, Alpha has 1 blue orb and 3 of anything, and you can do the whole thing. See, I got hit right there, and A Liv's feel heals me back to full. That's why I picked A Liv. So she tops you back up to 100%, even if you get hit by the bleed. Five-star memories? No, you need to have the 6-star memories on Alpha. But since in this demonstration, my Alpha is like basically capped out. But even though if yours is just S rank, you're still gonna take out a huge chunk from the boss. And it's like, you can just clean up the whole fight after that instead of dancing with them for the whole battle. If you do this burst trick, they're gonna be left with a lower HP. Yeah, this is the Fred set. So the reason why I mentioned why Fred is good is because when you dodge the first time, they're gonna take 15% more damage for 4 seconds. But if you fail to do this, then you're better off with Patton. Patton's better. Fred set is meant for that trick I did earlier, the burst trick. Everything lining up together. The Da Vinci lining up, Nanami's blue lining up, the 3 dodges lining up, Fred lining up, the weapon resonance lining up, the third slot, 10% more damage in Matrix. Basically, it's all the synergy, all the buffs lining up together in one instance. Barton said will have less burst, but if you're lucky with your crits, you can get similar results. There's also Kamui. Let me see the Kamui composition. So if you need more firepower, you take Kamui in. Okay. So this is a bit hard for me to visualize because Global doesn't have the leader select. So let me see if I still remember. So this trick, Kamui will be the one with Da Vinci. Nanami will be holding Voltaire's. So if you want Voltaire to work, you let her take a hit. The four piece effect, when she takes a hit, then you get physical debuff, 15%. Can stack up to twice. So you use Nanami, take hit once, and then use Blue Orb, and then you switch to Alpha and do the same thing. Okay. I am out of touch with this team, so I might not be able to pull it off right away. I missed. As Nanami will not be used in this team. As Nanami is fire. That's a bit botched, but it's something like that. Alpha is supposed to catch the Matrix at the beginning. For Nanami, low investment, easy to invest. You only need Nanami at S rank so that you can level her class skill, this one. Because if you don't have S rank, this thing is gonna be fixed at level 1, which is 10%. So if you make her S rank, you can level this skill so that her tank debuff can be leveled up to 20%. And you also want to level her Blue Orb for the debuff. So Nanami only needs Blue Orb and the tank skill. For Kamui, only needs QTE for the defense down, and I think that's about it. He doesn't need ranks. His SSS and SS Plus doesn't do much for this trick. Doesn't do anything actually. He just needs QTE, but you can level everything if you want his QTE to actually do damage. When is Liv a good choice? When she's SSS. You don't... Liv is not part of this trick when she's not SSS. Because SSS gives her allies 10% physical when she's not on field. Apart from that, she doesn't do anything else for the team. Nothing else. The reason why she's in the physical team is because she has SSS. If she doesn't have SSS, you don't put her in the team. Okay, so actually I skipped one lesson. I was supposed to talk about how to play Alpha, but I went straight to the trick. So this is how you play Alpha. Alpha Warzone you will be using with A Karen. You'll be alternating with A Karen. Okay, so for Alpha, notice how she also has red and yellow orbs? You don't need to care about that. You don't need to care what yellow does or what red does. All you need to care about is for the Swordwave. Everything is for the Swordwave. That's the way to play Alpha. Like this. That's the only way to play Alpha. You don't need to care about the orbs. Everything is for Swordwave. She also has a skip combo. If you dodge and attack, she jumps straight to the third combo. That's a good way to do damage and also get your hit counts fast, like this. See, she goes straight to the third hit instead of this. When you dodge and attack, she goes straight to the third combo. The only time you will use the yellow and red orbs is to arrange your bar for Swordwave. Just remember, everything is for Swordwave. Sounds boring just Swordwaving? That's unfortunately the only effective way to play Alpha. If you want to use the other orbs, you can go ahead and use. But it's so much weaker than Swordwave. Also, her ult is actually not that powerful. Her ult is only used for defensive purposes. You only use her ult if you think you're gonna die, or you need time to recover dodge, or you need time to recover QTE switch. That's when you use your ult. You don't use ult for damage. Okay, so another thing about Swordwave. When you have blue orbs, okay, let's create a scenario. Okay, like this. If you only have 3 blue orbs, and you know that blue orb is what's needed to use the first part of the Swordwave, don't immediately use the blue orb. Don't do this. And then the blue buff is gonna run out. And then you do your Swordwave later, like this. Like this. This is weaker. Your Swordwave is gonna be singular without the blue orb buff. What you want to do is always do them together. The 6 orbs. Do the 6 orbs together. Or 4 orbs with Matrix. I'll show you the differences between the blue orb Swordwave and the one without. Okay, like this. So you saw how the weakened Swordwave only has one wave each. This is what happens when you use them together during the blue buff. See? So, to play Alpha, that's the only thing you need to know. It's all for the Swordwave. You know how Blue Orb gives you extra move speed? You don't need to care about that. You don't have to build your playstyle around that. It's all for the Swordwave. If you want a big brain yellow orb, sometimes you can use yellow orb to reposition yourself to get behind them, like this. It's not a dodge, but sometimes it works by avoiding attacks completely based on repositioning. S Bianca or signature weapon? S Bianca definitely. If you skip S Bianca, you're gonna live with Dawn and you're gonna hate yourself. So see, look, if you see my bar right now, that's the time where I will use yellow orb just to clear it. Just so I have blue orbs to use. Since this enemy right here flinches to my attacks, if I use blue orb, he's gonna get flinched. But right now, in this scenario, remember how Alpha needs 3 blue orbs and 3 of anything? But if I go into Matrix right now, if you remember one of the lessons in PGR, in-game, if you have 4 of the same orbs, you can ping the leftmost orb and it won't touch the triple orb on the right. So I have 4 blue orbs right now. I can ping the leftmost blue orb when I hit Matrix, and then I'll ping the remaining 3 blue orbs, and I can get in Swordwave. Oh! I pressed the wrong button. But yeah, that's what I mean. Let me try again. Let me get Matrix back. My bad. Negative demonstration. Okay, like this. If you won, you don't have to always empty all your blue Swordwave. You don't have to use all your Swordwaves at once if you're in a long battle, because unspent Swordwave orbs will always refund into these orbs, these normal signal orbs. Oh, this bar is a mess. Okay. Okay, like this. So you can just use up to like this, and then you go, and you're done with the Swordwave, just go back to attacking, and you get back orbs like this. So it's... sometimes you don't have to use all your Swordwaves at once if you're thinking in the long run. If it's not a one-shot battle, you can do that. Just use a bit of Swordwave. Yeah, when you play Alpha, you're gonna be forced to be really efficient with your orbs, like actual orb management. You have to see patterns in your orbs. It's like when Neo gets his brain unlocked and he sees the Matrix. This is what Alpha does when you play with orbs. Just like this bar right here. That's enough for a Swordwave. The first blue on the right, and then the 3 reds. That's a Swordwave. So even 1 blue orb is enough, because you can account for Matrix. So just 1 blue orb is also enough. So like this, the Matrix, ping the 2 blue orbs, and then go straight into Swordwave. Okay, so this example here, if you have 3 blues instead of 1 blue, and then you want to go into a Matrix, this is a bit of a big brain strategy. What you can do is, if you know when the enemy's attack is coming, you can press 3 blues right before the attack comes, and then you go Matrix, and then you ping, for example, that yellow orb over there, like this. It's all about the Swordwave.
遅い。深淵に飲み込まれろ。
Character icons different? Can't I just use 1+1 combo? What 1+1 combo? So yeah, really simple to play. You don't need to overthink how her red orbs works, how her yellow orb works. It's all about the blue and anything else. That's how you play Alpha. Yeah, just remember, it's all for the Swordwave. So if you have let me get out of this. When you trigger Swordwave right before the enemy hits. Oh, when you go into Swordwave anyway, it's already a dodge. When you go, regardless of if they hit you or not, the act of going into Swordwave is a dodge itself. So you only need to dodge twice, and then you go to Swordwave. So all of these help, especially the second resonance slot. If you can feed your serious sword to it, do it, and then this will greatly help Alpha, especially in the long run when they buff it. Three orbs every 45 seconds, that counts as well in the off field, and 1 extra orb when you switch to her. That means 5 extra orbs total when you switch to her, and when they buff it, you're gonna get 2 extra orbs instead, so 6 extra orbs. And the reason I said to immediately get 12 Pattons so you can resonate to Alpha, it's so that you can awaken her as fast as possible. Once you hit level 80, you awaken her, you'll get 3 additional orbs at the start of battle. So 3 additional orbs plus 4, 7, plus weapon resonance, 8, 9 when it buffs. So yeah. 1 orb that's counted in 3 orb in Matrix for a few seconds. As long as it's flashing, it's 3 orbs. Yeah, Alpha, if you're F2P, Alpha can also use the 5-star sword. It's fine. You're just missing one Swordwave and a physical damage buff. Yeah, F2P can get 12 Pattons easily. You're gonna get like 1 Pattern a day. It's like less than half of the whole event period. I've already explained Fred versus Patton. Fred is for burst, the one that I've been doing. If you don't know how to burst, stick to Pattons first. So the team that you saw was this is the early team. And then once you get to when global matures, you get to have Rosetta. Rosetta basically replaces all the physical tanks. She's just like a Nanami, except she does about 80% to 100% defense down, which is insane. And then once you have B Liv, SSS B Liv, you're gonna use her as well. Like this. This is gonna be the end game physical team.
私を見た者は弱い。私
So that was 8,000 Kamu, nearly melted straight to 0.
私は誰でもいい。私も行きます。
Why do you never start with Alpha? Because
すべて障害を
you want Alpha to switch in with more orbs. When you switch a character in, they get 4 extra orbs. It's all for the Swordwave. Yeah, that is B Liv. Basically, whatever Rosetta touches, they're paper. I can go straight to, let's see, this one. Do I have stamina? Okay, I have stamina.
私
So this. Let me just put- So basically, once physical team matures, it's gonna be so cheese. It's gonna be like this. You're gonna one shot. If you're not gonna one shot them, they're gonna be like close to death, and then you just finish them up.
できるとでも思った弱いし私も行きます。
Look at that.
Yo, 少し興味が出てきたわ。弱い。
You're gonna be doing this for all your pain cage for a period. I think my pain cage is still okay. So you remember those boss guides? It's gonna be like, oh, you don't even need to read the boss guides anymore. You can just do this and they die.
私を見た者は深淵に飲み込まれろ。弱い。私の力はどう？存分に楽しいの。
I'm not saving that. I'll go straight to Alpha. I'll open with Alpha right away. Yeah, I like that. Retry. I need three blue and 3 red. Am I posting this? It'll be in a bot. You don't have to keep spamming.
全ての障害を取り除く。
So remember how? Okay, I'm not in the lower level pain cage, but if I'm in the lower level one, like this one, you can just alpha all the bosses, regardless of their weakness, with a mature physical team. Remember how the worm is weak against lightning? You can just use alpha and just destroy him. All the bosses, you can destroy all of them just using alpha. The one-shot trick. For Warzone, it's flexible. You'll have to level your A Karen.
賢い選択だ。
So when you use alphas, when you're done with alpha Swordwave, you switch to A Karen to take care of the next wave. And then for the third slot, you can also put either Nanami or the new tank in the 2 patches later, Ayla, physical tank. You can't just rely on alpha alone. You have to level a secondary DPS. I don't have their gear on at the moment. Where to find their weakness? Hang on. Weakness. Okay, in a future patch, they will show her weakness here. They'll show their weakness over here. But if you don't know how to, if you want to confirm in the game, it shows on their HP bar. See, up there? So it has 40% lesser ice resistance, 20% physical resistance. You can also check it in global. It's the same. It says up here. Hang on, give me a moment. Okay, sorry, was in the middle of something. Memory for Alpha, it's only 2 builds. Just Patton, 4 Patton or 4 Fred. You can keep the Darwin in the same place and then just change the 4 memories around. You can have more than 1 set. But you can resonate the Pattons first because since she's in the first event and it's easy to get, you can get your awakening done for Alpha first, using Pattons. To awaken, you need 12 Pattons. Just 12 6-star memories. If you already resonated your 6-star weapon, that also counts to the 12. So if you already have 3 here, you only need 9 from the memories, but it's good to have all fully resonated. Better to go for S Bianca or Luna? Definitely go for S Bianca. Luna is up to you if you want to continue using Watanabe. Yeah, I have Selena's skin. But this stream is all about Alpha. It's the Alpha Masterclass. What else have I missed? I think I've covered most of the stuff. Especially the playstyle. Does it matter? Okay. Does it matter where you place them? Okay, this issue, this subject is only more important if you're a whale. If you have SSS plus alpha, and if you place them in the wrong position, for example, Darwin bottom, Fred top, alpha cannot get 8,000 BP. That's the only thing whales have to know. If you place them wrongly, you cannot get 8,000. You need all the stats, all the correct stats you can get. I'll show you an example. Because my alpha was in the wrong position before. You see, I have a fully resonated overclock Fred. I'll place it over here. And there's another Darwin. Okay, Darwin. Where did my Darwin go? Ah, here it is. So if your position is like this, as a SSS plus alpha, this is what your BP is gonna look like. It's not 8,000. It doesn't matter much in performance-wise, but it's gonna bug you. Like if you join co-op and people see that you're like 7, 9 something, they're gonna know that you screwed up your positions. And I had this before. This was my old set, and this hurt me so much. I had to build my memory again. A whole two whole memories just to fix it. And then it's at 8,000. Alpha barely makes the cut to 8,000. For other characters, they have slightly higher BP. If they're SSS plus, 8,000. Global hasn't gotten this feature yet. It's called, I don't know. In the previous in CN version, it's called overclocking. But then Global used the term overclocking for limit breaking your gear. But this is the term for it in CN, where you overclock your memory. So when you overclock one part, you get increased stats from the memory. Like, for example, Darwin gives 1491 HP. When you overclock both parts, you get 35% more HP. And more crits, more attack, more defense. That's where all the BP comes from this overclocking thing. And overclock is a huge time sink. That's why when I made the wrong set, I had to wait a few weeks again just to make two correct sets to fix her. Frederick. Okay, so Frederick in the end game, Frederick is the set to go with because you're pretty much only gonna use her to kill bosses. And Warzone is near takes over physical Warzone. Okay, for Warzone, speaking of Warzone. Oh man, I don't think physical Warzone is open today. It's fire and ice. Fire. People say S Li is weaker than Alpha. S Li is easier to play than Alpha, but he doesn't have Alpha's burst and range. That's all I can say. He's not... Like, Alpha doesn't make him useless, but these are their strengths and weaknesses. S Li is easier to control, easier to use his core passive to deal with, like, to constantly activate. Alpha is like, once you're done with your Swordwave, you have to switch her out, or else you won't have orbs for the next one. Hang on. Yeah, this stream will be archived. Don't worry, I'll be making an alpha guide. Like whatever I said in this video, I'll be making it in a proper guide video. Maybe tomorrow, before her gacha drops. Okay, let me try Warzone. It's not gonna look pretty because this Warzone I'm in is the highest tier, and I'm gonna be in a fire Warzone. I'm gonna have difficulty killing them. Also, as you can see, the memory item management is atrocious. I have trouble finding the things I want when I have this many. Okay, let's just go with this, just for example's sake. So you will only play between... Oh, that's a bad start. So the problem with Alpha is when you start like this with no blue orbs, that's it, you have to restart the run. Let me try again. I haven't used Alpha in Warzone in so long because of Nier. Ouch. Yeah, that's generally how you play in Warzone. You alternate between Karen and Alpha, and you'll have to ration your... Oh, this score is horrible. You have to ration your Swordwaves, and once you're done, you switch her out. Karen takes over. Let me fix that with a superior
倒しに行く。
physical team. Oh yeah, that score is horrible. If you get that score in my bracket, you're gonna demote for sure. Yeah, it's the brain dead team. It's time to reduce my IQ again. Every time I use near team, my IQ reduces by 1.
ぶっ壊して私を満足さ破壊すぐに壊れないでくれ。破壊
破壊しましょう。
破壊
ハッキング開始します。
Oh, I forgot to turn off the ALF.
敵一瞬で終わらせてやる。いい加減終われろ。さあ始める。私を満足させてみる。
了解。
破壊
Let me restart this. The momentum's already gone.
さあ始めよう。
That was a bad run.
ぶっ壊して私を満足破壊敵の一瞬
一気に蹴りをつけましょう。
ここを突破する。いい加減壊れろ。ここを突破する。すぐに壊れないでくれ。
敵の反応をつかみ一気に蹴りをつけましょう。ハッキング開始します。
一瞬で終わらせてやる。さあ始めよう。その程度。私すぐに壊れないでくれ。敵全滅する。すぐ終わらせる。いい加減壊れろ。ここを突破する。いい加減壊れろ。さあすぐ破壊する。その程度。敵ここを突破する。加減壊れろ。ここを突破する。すぐに終わらせる。いい加減壊れろ。さあすぐに壊れないでくれ。大したことないな。
Oh, you don't know what's going on? It's fine. I also don't know what's going on. But yeah, I think I've covered most things about Alpha. Where? Oh, 700k is not... It's like above average. The real skilled players, like if they actually, like if you actually tried, like reset for the perfect run, perfect kill, you can go up to 1 million. 1 million each. 1 million here, 1 million there, and then you'll have 2 million. I think there's no more. I have no more ideas for a demonstration for Alpha. You've already seen everything. Basically, brain dead. Once you get your Da Vinci's triggered and Swordwave, they should be dead. Oh, I thought it was a normal fight.
私を見た者は深淵に消えるのよ。少し興味が出てきたわ。遅い。
Let me find a fight with mobs to show you how good she is at mobbing. I think it's this one. Maybe it's this one. Oh, this is Stronghold, by the way. You're gonna get Stronghold 1 to 4. In the patch notes, remember if you saw Stronghold, you're gonna need a few teams like this. So 1 to 4. 4 is gonna ask for 5,000 BP. 2 characters, 1 character. So you can start trying that for a challenge. It gets harder and harder and harder. What emulator? I'm using Mumu. Barton Alpha? The playstyle is still the same. It's just that Barton, you don't have to care about the burst window for Barton. So like this. Oh my god, no blues. No blues! See how they're mostly dead just from Swordwave? It goes through everything. Except this one. This one missed. I missed this one. Like that.
私の力はどう？存分に楽しいの？
Can you get every F rank? Probably.
指示をお願いします。
If you save smart.
この一撃で退きなさい。天からさえ私の刃になってください。クズめ死ね。地獄道切り開きます。乱れていく私の道切り開きます。私は指揮官のこの一撃でこの程度じゃこの一撃でカラスマよ私の刃になってください。クズめ死ね。地獄道切り開きます。私は指揮官の翼です。これが最後の戦いだといいですね。指揮官。
Yeah, this is Plume. She will come in 6 months. Oh, this is the old Dark team.
闇がまとわりついてきた。俺は光に向かって歩くか。降参しな。私が全て処理する。いいか、お前ら全て粉々にしてやるぜ。降参。ゴルに私に傷をつけると。
This is Dark Watanabe.
援助が欲しいし、ひざまずいてこういうなら助けてあげる。
造さない刃の石万物を切り裂く。
欲しいってひざまずいてこういうなら助けてあげるんです。
今回も良かったが、今度はもっと綿密な作戦を立てよう。
There's no S Watanabe. Dark Watanabe used to be designed to be S, but then people complain like too many S's in such a short time.
星々はあなたたちを深淵へと導くでしょう。クズ死ね。地獄に落ちろ。地獄に落ちろ。私も行きます。
So thick. A stronghold for you.
クズめ死ね。私も行きます。邪魔するな。 塵となって消え失せろ。邪魔するな。破壊。地獄に落ちて私も行けます。くそ。みんなを守る。読んだか？やってみせる。みんなを守る。
Is S Liv good? Yeah. You can't die.
塵となって消え失せろ。クズ、私も行けます。ルシアに勝ったか？なあ、早く言えよ。
Oh no, it took my stamina, I forgot. Oh well. But yeah, I think I've covered enough about Alpha. Barton, if you insist, I can show Barton. It's basically the same playstyle. Exactly the same. It's just that with Barton, you don't have to account for working around Fred's 4-piece window. You just use your Swordwave with your Blue Orb and just go wild. Gonna steal some Bartons here and there.
If
you're F2P, I don't recommend going for alpha weapon because you shouldn't okay. You shouldn't jeopardize your black card for the Bianca pull because Bianca is a S rank that you don't want to skip. If you skip Bianca, your lightning team is gonna be really hard to play. So like that, Barton has a lot less burst, but it's better than Barton is better than Fred in long fights because it doesn't have cooldown. How much time left for S Bianca? 2 patches. 2 patches for S Bianca. So after Frozen Darkness, 1 more patch for Ayla and Dark Watanabe, and the patch after that is Bianca. So this is already going off a tangent for the stream, but for Bianca, let's say, if you skip Bianca as your main DPS, you're gonna be stuck with Dawn. Even at SSS Plus, Dawn is still worse than a base S Bianca. That's how I can gauge their difference. Bianca is just too good. I can even put them in the same party and you can see the difference. I'm gonna pick a random fight. Maybe this fight.
隊長の仕事。私の活躍を期待してください。
A Lucia with Bianca. Yeah, you can use A Lucia with
グレ
Bianca
ンは先にられています。
until Chrome comes. Once Chrome is here, A Lucia is out.
私の剣の炎は了解です。私も行きます。容赦しませんよ。グレンで全てを集結させる。私も行きます。
Okay. Like this is the limitations of Dawn. And then if I use Bianca,
懺悔しなさい。私も行きます。懺悔しなさい。
see the difference in power, even on a scuffed run.
指揮官殿と一緒に戦いたいと思っていますよ。
That shot right there shoots through everything in the path. I can start straight to Bianca.
グレンは咲き乱れています。 滅びなさい。懺悔しなさい。旬の過去があらんことを指揮官殿。今は聞いた方が得策です。主は私も行きます。始まりの知恵。
It got me before I got it. Sorry, take two. Short 8-hour, no, for real this time. Not invincible, but super armor. You have super armor. And your dodges become
滅びなさい。懺悔しなさい。主は許私も行きます。
That's basically how you play Bianca. You just pew pew and they all die. Oh, finger snap is her blue skill. So her blue skill is her snap, and then she goes into core passive. Yeah, you can shoot them from very far. Yeah. Superior in every way to Dawn. Especially her ult. When you switch Dawn out, her ult turns off. That's the biggest flaw in her design. That's her ult, the AoE. Yeah, that's all about Bianca. Don't skip her. If you're F2P, don't roll. Try not to roll alpha weapon so that you have enough black cards to get Bianca. You don't want to not have Bianca. If you're not F2P, then definitely try for alpha's weapon. What is the icon under the support buttons? Oh, that's the lock on and the pet button. I think that's all. Not much. Again, alpha's gameplay. You don't need to care about what this does, what this does, what this does. All you need to care about is doing this. And Swordwave. It's all about the Swordwave. Everything, all roads lead to Swordwave. Skins. This one's coming with the patch. This is summer. This is most likely gonna be added to global as well. This I'm not sure if it'll be added to CN. I mean global. Yeah, Red Orb has super armor, but so does Swordwave. Yeah, if you're monthly pass, you should be able to afford rolling a bit of the alpha's weapon. Yeah, that's all, I think. You should be ready for alpha now. Everyone is an alpha pro now. Everyone knows how to play alpha. It's just matrix blue and 3 something. Or 3 blue and 3 something. As for the affix, the resonance, don't reroll resonance. But the one that you want is attack and crit and core passive. Core passive for more Swordwave damage. It's all about the Swordwave. Let me put her gear back on. Oh, I didn't save it since I never take it out. Okay, there we go. So you see, I have full levels into Swordwave. So my Swordwave is like level 25. Big damage. No, F2P, don't pull for her. Don't pull for her weapon. Save for Bianca. Once you roll for Alpha, you're supposed to be saving for Bianca now. This one. For Warzone, Barton is better than Fred, since it's a consistent long fights. Pet skill, you can check my spreadsheet. It shows the pet skill. Why is Bianca a must? I've already told you. If you don't have Bianca, you're gonna be playing with Dawn as your lightning DPS. It's such a step down. I mean, it's fine. If you're gonna skip Bianca, then you'll have to play with Dawn. If you're fine with that, then skip Bianca. It's up to you. But if you want my advice, don't skip Bianca. For those questions about how to play characters, just refer to my spreadsheet. I've already put a TLDR on how to play them. You can just read those. You don't have to read the rest of their skills. The TLDR already includes on how to play them. I've already summarized it for you. And yeah, short stream, 1 hour 30 minutes, a record. I'm gonna stop the stream here right now. I hope I've answered most of your questions about Alpha. How much to roll her, what to affix, resonate, memories. Fred is not necessarily better than Pattons. Pattons better for long fights. And F2P, go for S to SS. If you're a whale, you can go higher. Each rank makes her stronger. Yeah, okay, so the stream's gonna end here. I'm gonna go have my dinner now, and I'll make the alpha guide video maybe tomorrow or tonight, depending on my schedule. It should cover everything that I've said in this stream. But guys, enjoy Frozen Darkness. It's gonna be fun. I'll see you next time. Later.